Okay, here we go. So we are doing RC car upgrades. Here we are. Basically, my friend has given me his RC car because I'm not bad with them, not brilliant with them. I'm more just an idiot and I'll do crazy stuff. This is the standard RC car that he has given me to sort of tune, upgrade, and also fix, as we're missing a differential cup, or rather, the differential cup has snapped. So we have replacements. We have most of the stuff we need to do. He already has a lot of upgrades on this. The shock absorbers are not stock. However, whoever's installed them has not put any oil, which is causing an issue. These springs are also not strong enough to actually push the car back up, so it just sits at the bottom once it goes down. He's got aftermarket motor in it. He's got an aftermarket ESC in it. He's got an aftermarket full metal gear servo. Anything that's blue and alloy on here are all aftermarket upgrades, and they're not that cheap. They're not expensive, but they don't need to be on there. It's only if you want them. It's got the anti-roll bars, so there we go. This one is the FTX Vantage. So I have my FTX Carnage here, which is very similar. However, again, this is heavily upgraded. So we've got a bigger aftermarket ESC. This is a 60 amp, this one's an 80 amp. A bigger aftermarket motor. The main difference is the pinion. I'm not sure if we can see it. Oh, there we go. There's the pinion gear. Rather than being a 17 tooth, it is a 32 tooth, so it's a bit daft. We've got aftermarket carbon fibre supports on. Because this one was initially nitro and I put an 8th scale engine into it, it was very heavy again, very similar to what his is doing, where it just sat and hit the bottom. So I did double up the suspension arms. This is not a standard upgrade you can do. You're not going to be able to do that unless you're just an idiot and try and do it yourself, as I have. On top of that, I have also then manufactured a bash bar underneath, which is carbon fibre with some 3D printed side skirts. So we have a lot of things to do with it. We've literally got to strip it down to its absolute bare minimum, so it'll look something like this. And then we're gonna get the bash bar, or the extra carbon fibre sachet, onto it. So we are just ripping the car to shreds at the moment, pulling everything off it as much as we need to, get it down to the bare minimum. Fixing the wheel quickly, quite easily, just to put a new differential cup in, straight back on. That was quite an easy fix. So I couldn't find the right tool and did have to improvise a little bit, but then I did find it in the end. Taking the front and rear wheels off. First ever video edit, so you know, bear with me and please forgive me if it's not brilliant. We will get better. It's just a learning curve at the end of the day. So there we have the back axles off, back wheels off. Got the centre drive shaft out. Taking all the steering column out now. And we have the front wheels off. There we go. All the steering servo comes out. And the motor, we are literally left there to the bare minimum. As you can see. And then we've got the carbon fibre bash bar that we've made. We're cable tying it to the bottom shell, or sachet, sorry, so that we can now get all the holes drilled nice and neat, and make sure it's all aligned, basically. We're going to cable tie it in. And get it all drilled out. There you go. After it's all drilled out, tight on top of the pinion gear, we are then, I already had an aftermarket spur gear in, so after that we are then going to look at the shocks. We completely redo the shocks. A lot of filing down here, just getting the template perfect. We did some score marks. Got it nice and neat, as you will be able to see in the end. A lot of filing down and cutting. And making a nice big mess. This is what I do best. So removing the shocks, putting them all together, making sure they're nice and clean, and then it's just a case of putting the car back together. And there we have it at the end, as you can see. Hopefully the timing's going to be right. I'm not sure what the timing's going to be like. And there we go, we have it all nice and wired up.